Jane Burgermeister is a journalist from Austria, and she has written criminal charges against various criminals, including David Nabarro of the United Nations, Dr. Margaret Chan of what I call the World Homicide Organization, the WHO, President Barack Obama, and various other individuals, Kathleen Sebelius of the Health and Human Services, Janet Napolitano of the Department of Homeland Security. The list goes on, and it's really quite amazing what's going on. As I mentioned earlier, we were supposed to be on Alex Jones's show this past Sunday, and the show was put on hold an hour before the show. I've had no word from Alex Jones as to whether or not he's going to do the show. I have a feeling that he was told that this is not something he should cover, because this is so powerful. What this document has the power of doing, if enough people actually submit this to their local authorities, providing them with the information of the crime in progress. And Jane, before you came on the air, Drew was telling us that there are a number of Marines that have been injected with this. I'm sure it's the swine flu. He's not sure exactly what flu, but it's, they were told they were injected with the swine flu. They sent the soldiers back. There's close to 200 of them. One of them is already dead. A number of them are in very severe condition. So it's already starting to happen, and I just want to commend you for your important work. First of all, if you could just tell the listeners where can they access your documents. I know there's an excellent review on Natural News by an author, Barbara Minton. She's written an excellent summary of your documents that I sent out to my list. But if you could tell the listeners where can they access your documents, and any other things you want to tell us about what you've experienced. I did tell them that you lost your job this week. What's going on in terms of the side effects of you doing this most courageous act?
Right. Well, first of all, it's a real pleasure to be on the show, and thank you, Drew, for having me as well. I just wanted to say today I was very, very busy because the Austrian anti-terrorism police or law enforcement branch is now looking into Baxter. So this is a very key and important branch of law enforcement in Austria. It's there for the protection of the Constitution and for the combating terrorism. And they've asked me to come in and supply them with information as part of their investigations into Baxter. So it's really moving forward here in a very, very serious manner.
Yes,
and when you tell me...
Wait, Jane, I just want to inform the listeners that may not be aware, one of the reasons that you've gone after Baxter specifically is because Baxter International sent 72 kilograms of live bird flu to 4 different European countries, claiming that they didn't know it was in the other flu that they were sending to these companies that knew they were getting the regular flu. They did not know they were getting the bird flu. 72 kilograms. I can't even imagine how much flu virus that is. But I just wanted to let the listeners know that that's one of the reasons that you've highlighted Baxter. And, of course, word has it that Obama owns stock in Baxter.
Well, indeed, and it was from Baxter's facilities here in Austria that 72 kilos was sent out. So the trail of evidence here in Austria is very, very strong, and I'm very pleased to see that the police are taking it seriously and they're looking into it. And when you describe what's going on to these soldiers in the USA, I just wanted to draw a parallel with Switzerland, where some Swiss soldiers also came down with the swine flu in their barracks in Freiburg, and I assume that they were also injected with this virus. Otherwise, there's no real explanation why they should have gotten so sick. So what we're seeing is a crime being perpetrated against not just civilians, but also, frankly, soldiers by those in the highest echelons of the government. And one thing that is absolutely clear here in Austria is the extent to which high members of the government, including the health minister, are involved in the cover-up of this whole outrageous behavior by Baxter, which has put the entire Austrian population at risk, as indeed the entire U.S. population is at risk. So we're talking about a tiny group of people who are actively undermining the safety and security of their own people, presumably for profit, for power. They're acting on behalf of an international cartel, because there's no reason why the health minister here should cover up Baxter and put at risk the entire population of Austria as he does so. So I fear the same is happening in America, in Switzerland. We have a group of people who are in high office who are allowing these sort of crimes to be committed against civilians and also soldiers in the USA. You asked about my documents. I just want to point out that a huge number of documents seem to be circulating which are wrong. I hear there's some even have bad language within them or whatever.
Yes,
there's a huge campaign to discredit and smear me with all kinds of rumors about Michael Jackson, backing me before he died.
Yes.
Please ignore all of that and just go to my blog, birdflu666.wordpress.com, and you will find the documents there. Because my site is being hacked so often, some of the documents are on a website in Switzerland, which seems to be secure, and there's a link or a URL to this website in Switzerland where you can download the documents.
Okay, can you please repeat
Jane,
that very slowly?
I would like to offer my website in Australia, which has never been hacked, knock on wood. It's been attacked many times, but it's never been totally able to be hacked and destroyed. I would like to get many of these documents that you talk about and present and put them in the area that I have reserved for Dr. Carley, and I will do the same within that presentation for you and your documents, so there will be a backup.
That would be wonderful. Thank you.
Yes, please do that, Drew. Thank you so much. And Jane, if you could just repeat your blog site again very slowly, because this is a very long distance call, and you were breaking up a little bit. Please repeat it very slowly and spell out any words that you need to.
Okay, it's bird flu 666.wordpress.com.
That's
webcast.
Webcast. Webcast. WEBCAST.
No, it's just a bird flu. BIRDFLU.
Yes.
666. Bird flu 666. .wordpress WORDPRESS.com.
Got it. Okay, excellent.
Okay, great.
Okay.
One
yes,
more time, Dr. Carter, I got 10 IMs asking if we could get it repeated because they can't make it out.
Okay,
let birdflu666.world.
No, let me repeat it. WordPress, birdflu, FLU 666.wordpress, WORD, as in David, PRESS.com.
That's right.
WordPress.com.
Yes,
okay.
And you have to go to the source because, yes, I got a call from, there's a man by the name of Peter Duffy, I'm sure he's listening, in Scotland, who has taken it upon himself to file Jane's documents in Scotland, in his area that he lives in. He tried to file it with the police. They refused to take the documents, but he had called me actually a couple of days ago to tell me that there's versions of Jane's documents out there that have bad language and things in it. There's all kinds of strange things happening. So you really need to go to Jane's blog in order to get, the true documents. And yes, in fact, a Dr. Ott tried to call me last weekend telling me that Jane was in hiding, which was very interesting because I had just talked to her that morning, and that the reason Michael Jackson was killed by the CIA is because Michael Jackson was going to use some of the money he gets from his from what was to be his upcoming music tour in England to fund Jane getting, the word out about what she's doing. So there's so many, different scams going on out there, trying to associate Jane with Michael Jackson. I had to laugh at that one. That was pretty outrageous. I mean, obviously Michael Jackson was killed by his doctors, but I think he was killed with painkillers. And as Jane said, she has no association with Michael Jackson. So there's all kinds of attempts of people that are minions trying to, basically change the argument or put false information out there. And that's why I'm so grateful to Jane to come on the show to talk herself about what she's done. One thing I would